Check. 1, 2.
Yes. Oops. Alright. So, sino nagsasabing 32? Yung susunod na regions form. Wala. How about 33? How about 30?
Ako, sir. 30 sa akin.
Sir,
30 rin
30.
po sa akin, sir.
30 po.
30 lang sa inyo.
31, sir. 31.
May iba 31. Okay, so walang 32.
30 po.
So ibig sabihin, according to our examples, which is, for examples, and then using inductive reasoning, assume natin is 32. Okay? Paano pa kapag 7 dots? So mas hassle na yon. So, i-assume na lang natin na 7 times 7 is 49. Wherein, sobrang hirap nang i-identify. Kailangan sobrang laki na ng bilog para mas madaling mabilang yung regions. Pero dito, actually, ang tamang sagot is 31.
Yay!
So, sa mga naka-31 dyan, so congrats. So, there appears to be a pattern. So, gaya ng sabi nyo, may pattern, which is doubling the regions form 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. Pero hindi. So, each additional dots seems to double the number of regions. So, guess the maximum number of regions you expect for a circle with 6 dots. Check your guess by counting the maximum number of regions formed by the line segments that connect 6 dots on a large circle. So, your drawing will show that for 6 dots, the maximum number of regions is 31. Okay? So, not 32, not 30, not 33. Okay? So, with 7 dots, the maximum number of regions is 57. Okay? Not 49. Okay? So, this one is a good example to keep in mind. Just because a pattern holds true for a few cases, it does not mean the pattern will continue. Okay? So, totoo nga na meron tayong mga pattern na, baka ito na nga yun. Pero hindi natin alam hanggat hindi talaga natin natetest to this point of, let's say, example. So dito, 1 to 4 lang, pero pagdating mo na pala sa, let's say, ika-50 na number, iba na pala, okay? Tama yung 1 to 49, pero 50 is hindi. Okay? So when you use inductive reasoning, you have no guarantee that your conclusion is correct. Okay? So araw-araw, parang lagi tayong parang deduce conclusion sa mga bagay-bagay. Pero of course, hindi naman tayo 100% laging tama. Okay? Hindi rin 100% lagi tayo mali. So, hindi natin alam. So, pwedeng tama ka ng konti or mali ka talaga or tama or mali ka ng konti or maling-mali ka talaga. So, pwedeng gano'n nasa sobrang dikit na sagot. Okay, so ito yung example. So, lahat yan nalagyan ng number. So, we have a big circle and then we have 6 dots or 6 points connected with each other. So, ito yung pinaka-30 natin. And then, ito yung pinaka-31, yung pinaka-maliit. Okay. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Saan yung 7 natin? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Where is our 16? 16. 17, 18, 19, where's our 21? 20 muna. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, and then 31. Okay, so walang daya to. Okay, so ito yung proof na pag meron tayong 6 dots or 6 points, we'll get a region count of 31, not 32. Okay? So having that one as an example, so we call that one counter examples. Okay? So tama siya sa ibang cases pero merong point or isa or dalawa na hindi siya tama. So we call that one counter examples. So it is a statement, it's a true statement provided that it is true in all cases. Oops, mali. Okay, so a statement is a true statement provided that it is true in all cases. So we could say that it is a statement kapag tama daw or pag true lahat. Okay? But if you can find one case for which a statement is not true, it is now called a counterexample. Okay? So hindi mo na siya pwedeng tawagin true statement. Okay? So it's just a statement wherein in some cases, true siya, pero merong isa wherein hindi na siya true. So kapag ganun yung nangyari, that example or that one or two example called counter example. Okay? Then the statement is a false statement. So in the next example, we verify that each statement is a false statement by finding a counter example for each. Okay? So you have here an example. Find a counter example. So verify that each of the following statements is a false statement by finding a counter example. So for all number x, so sabi dito, dapat sa lahat ng x or absolute value of x is greater than 0. So is this a true statement or a false statement? So you guys have a minute or as long as meron na makasagot. Okay, stop na tayo kapag meron kayo nahanap na isang counter example. Can you guys find a number wherein this one is a false statement? Yes? Narinig akong magsalita pero hindi clear yung pagkakasabi.
Sir, false.
Why? Ano yung counter example natin?
Sir, x is equals to 0.
Okay, so that's good. So if x is equal to 0, so 0 absolute 0 is still 0. But 0 is not greater than 0, which will make this statement a false statement. Okay? So other than that, we'll make this one as a true statement. So meron lang tayong isa. Okay? Isang number lang. Okay? Na ginawang false itong statement na to, which is 0. Okay, so thank you for that one, Mr. Sajin Ben? Sajin Vicente? Or
No,
sino
sir.
sumunod? Tama?
Ako, sir.
Sajin.
Sir, hindi.
Carlo Gonzalez, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, so thank you for that one. Okay, so take note, 0 yung sagot sa number 1 to make it a false statement. Okay, how about number 2?
True.
Is true? Or false?
Sir,
True.
false. Sir, false.
What is that one counterexample?
1.
1
X is
squared.
equal to 1.
Yeah, so pwedeng 1 or x is equal to, ano pa yung isa?
0.
0 then. Okay. So thank you for that one. Okay, so ang papansin niyo, pwedeng 1, pwede ring 0. Pero pag sinabi natin counterexample, we only need 1. Okay. So kung yung sagot niyo is 0, tama yan. Kung yung sagot niyo is 1, tama rin yan. Okay, how about number 3? Is this a true statement or a false statement?
True statement.
True statement.
So,
True, sir.
without is true in. How about the others? So do you guys also agree that number 3 is also a false statement? So 0, same pa rin. So 0 squared is still 0, and then square root of 0 is still zeros, which will make the statement true. Ano yan? Mr. Icon? Icon Knight. Parang, totoo ba? Is that your real name? Icon, Mr. Icon Knight?
No, sir. I don't know why it's name like this.
So, hindi mo real name yan? Or real name mo yan talaga?
No, it's not my real name, sir.
It's not your real name. Hindi mo alam kung bakit yan yung pangalan mo dyan. Hindi ko yung naglagay.
Yes, I'm trying. Hindi po.
Guys, tip ko lang, dapat ilagay niyo yung real name nyo dyan kasi meron yung iba, pag hindi ko naman tinatandaan talaga, pero naalala ko lang, ito yung laging sagot ng sagot. Kaya minsan tinatanong ko kung sino yung sumagot. Yun, so naging familiar sa akin si Miss Paclaw na, tapos si Carlo. Yun, yung mga yun. And then si Mr. Langin minsan din. Kasi, malaki yung chance. Lalo na kapag, let's say, 73 or 74 yung grade nyo. Nakikita kong may effort kayo. Let's say, pala sagot to. Baka nagkataon lang talaga na mababa yung nakuha niya dito. Okay. So, pag nakikita ko namang deserving, lalo na pag laging sumasagot, so, 80% pinapasa ko. Pero kapag hindi ko man lang nakita yung pangalan mo ni minsan, ganun, tapos ang baba pa na nakuha mo, so feeling ko, wala ka doon, hindi ka nakikipag-participate. Okay. So maganda kung lagi nakikipag-participate. Mas malaking chance. Okay. So yung mga may fake names, so palitan nyo na kung hanggat maaga pa kasi sa finals, of course, mag-aaral tayo ng mga Zoom meetings. Anyway, number 3. Is this true?
True, sir. True.
True, sir.
True.
Mr.
True, sir.
True,
Kasi yun,
sir.
At
True.
kayo, walang false?
Yes.
True.
Paano ba
True,
yan?
sir.
Paano ba yan? Lahat kayo, mali.
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 Thank you, sir.
Ba't nga eh?
This one is false. So,
Bakit?
ang pinaka-tip ko, lalo na pag for all numbers x, so pinakamagandang itest dyan is 0. Okay, kagaya ng ginawa niyo sa number 1 at 2, wherein kita niyo na agad yung counterexample. Try nyo naman yung even saka add number, lalo na pag may mga square. Okay? So, try nyo negative 3.
Negative 3 naman.
Square root of 3. Square root
Diba?
of
So, kung isi-simplify mo to, tatanggalin mo na tong square root sa squared since makakancel na nga, di ba?
Nahiwagaan
Yes,
ako
sir.
dun.
Pero, mali yung ganong simplification nyo, kaya kayo nagkakamali. Okay? So, take note kapag nasa loob ng square root, dapat yung nasa loob muna. Okay? So, simplify nyo muna yung nasa loob bago nyo i-square root. So, negative 3 squared is positive 9. Tama?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Square root of positive 9 is positive 3. Okay? Wherein, in this part, positive 3 na siya, and then in the other side is negative 3 pa rin. Convince? Or
Yes,
gamitin
sir.
yung calculator nyo?
Sir, panalo ka na.
Ikaw na, sir.
Panalo ka na,
So,
sir.
magiging counter example natin yung negative 3. Alright, so here are the solutions. So a statement may have many counterexamples. Then again, we only need one to find, we only need to find one counterexamples to verify that the statement is false. So number 1, 0. For number 2, it could be 1 or 0. Okay? About 1 or 0. Yan, tama. Then for number 3, so negative 3 dapat yung x nyo. Okay? So simplify nyo muna yung nasa loob, which is negative 3 squared, which is positive square root of 9. And then simplify this one will make, or will give you an answer of 3. And then since 3 is not equal to negative 3, we have found a counterexample. Thus, for all number x, square root of x squared is equal to x is a false statement. Okay, bakit parang malito? Is a false statement. Is a false statement. Okay? So, as usual, after that one, you guys will be having a quiz. So, verify that each of the following statement is a false statement by finding a counter example. Okay? So, meron tayong 1, 2, and then 3. Okay? So, ilan na yung quiz nyo? 3? Yeah, I think 3. 1, 2, 3.
Sir, 3 na po.
Okay. So, parang feeling nyo, ang dami-dami nyo lagi ginagawa, no? Pero lahat yun sobrang dali kasi. Kaya marami lagi akong binibigay. Lahat to parang pwede nyong gawin each topic. Each topic. 5 to 7 minutes lang. So, parang pang grade 6 lang. Sobrang dali. Okay. So, question or clarification so far? Wala. So, wala na question. So, let's move on to the next one, which is the deductive reasoning. So, this one is another type of reasoning. It's called deductive reasoning. So, deductive reasoning is distinguished from inductive reasoning in that it is the process of reaching a conclusion by applying general principles and procedures. Okay? So, basically, the same din siya ng inductive, wherein actually doon talaga kinuha yung concept ng deductive. Pero dito kasi, after nyo makareach ang conclusion, nag-apply na siya ng principle or procedures. Okay? In other words, deductive reasoning is a process of reaching a conclusion by applying general assumptions or pwedeng procedures or pwedeng principles. Okay? So ito na yung parang may gagamitin nyo yung or isi-simplify nyo isang bagay gamit yung example na to with the use of a variable. Okay, so you will see later on kung ano yung mga yan. Okay, so we have an example here. Use deductive reasoning, establish a conjecture. So same pa rin to make or establish a conjecture, but this time we'll be using deductive reasoning. Okay? So use deductive reasoning to show that the following procedure produces a number that is 4 times the original number. 4 times the original number. Okay? So here's the procedure. So ginawa nyo na to kanina or ginawa na natin to kanina dun sa inductive reasoning. So again, pick a number, multiply the number by 8, add 6 to the product, and then divide sum by 2, and then subtract by 3. Okay, so here's the solution. Let n represent the original number. Okay, so multiply the number by 8. So meron na tayong 8 times n. Tama? Which is 8n. And then add 6 to the product. So 8n plus 6. And then divide the sum of this 1 by 2. So we now have 8n plus 6 divided by 2. Or if you want to simplify this one a little bit more, we'll get 4n plus 3. So divide nyo lang yung, ito, 8n plus 6 ng, which is 4n plus 3. And then subtract 3. So 4n plus 3 minus 3 is equal to 4n. Okay? So, kagaya ng sabi natin sa inductive reasoning kanina, parang na-assume na natin na any number kahit anong number yung i-assume natin, and then kapag in-apply natin tong steps na to, itong 5 steps na to, yung parang kanina, multiply mo lang by 4 kung ano yung original number. So, if you have 100, you'll get 400. You have 1,000, you'll get 4,000, and so on and so forth. So, ito na nga, yung nakuha natin, parang pinaka-reduce or ano man tawag dito, pinaka-simplify, okay, with the use of inductive reasoning. Okay? But then again, gumamit na tayo ng deductive reasoning wherein pwede kayong gumamit ng mga principles like, principle of math. And kagayang sabi ko, gagamit na kayo ng variables wherein yung original number represents the letter n. So, kagaya na ito, pwede nyo pa siyang i-simplify into this one. Okay? From those formulas. So, we started with n and ended with 4n by applying those. So, the procedure given in this example produces a number that is 4 times the original number. Okay? So, basically, mas madali kung gagamit na kayo ng formula out of that example. Times 4 lang to or 4 times n. So, hindi kayo gumamit ng formula kanina pero nag-arrive tayo sa ganitong solution. Okay, which is also correct. So, that is one benefit of using an inductive reasoning or deductive reasoning. Actually, mas maganda yung deductive reasoning since this one is like based from procedures, based from principles na natutunan nyo sa school na pwede yung i-apply dito. Okay? So, of course, yung mga principles and procedures naman na yun is already proven true. So, hindi na 50-50 magiging sagot nyo. So, pag deductive reasoning, it's like 100% correct. Okay? So, yun yung pinagkaiba ng inductive sa deductive. Okay? Kasi, according to the, parang, mga scientists, according to the scientists, kapag lumipas pa ng isang buwan, ganito yung magiging counts of deaths from COVID-19. Okay? Kasi gumamit na sila ng mga formula or mga procedures or principles na natutunan nila para makuha nila yung ganitong count of deaths. Okay? So, like for example, meron silang ginamit na formula ganito. So, hindi ko na alam kung ano yun since sila yung nakakaalam nun. Pero, kayang-kaya nilang i-predict kung ilan yung mamamatay, ilan yung makakaligtas, and so on and so forth. Like yung parang sinasabi nilang flattening the curve. Maybe by 2021, ganito na lang. And then maybe by 2022, clear na tayo. And so on and so forth. Okay? So, yung mga big fan ng inductive reasoning, kasi mas mabilis, I advise you guys to also apply deductive reasoning. Okay? Kaso nga lang, of course, kailangan mo na ng papel dito. Kasi, syempre, kukunin mo yung statistics, kukunin mo yung ganito, ano ba yung pwede mong i-apply, and so on and so forth. So, depende to lagi sa situation. Okay? Pero pag gumamit na kayo ng, let's say, formula, let's say, ganyan, deductive reasoning na yung ginagamit nyo. Hindi lang inductive reasoning. Okay? So, any questions so far? Mas mabilis pa. Oops.
None, sir.
None, sir.
Okay, so wala na.
Sir.
Kakaroon ulit kayo ng quiz. Okay? So, quiz on use deductive reasoning to establish a conjecture. So, use deductive reasoning to show that the following procedure produces a number and identify the multiplier of the n. So, kaya ng kanina, 7n or 5n or 6n. So, iba lang yung numbers. So, multiply the number by 6, add 10, divide by 2, and so on and so forth. Okay? So, ang isasagot nyo lang, or kung hindi man tawag dito, hindi man siya fill in the blank, so baka multiple choice na lang ibibigay ko ma'am. Okay? So, pipiliin nyo lang kung ilan yung multiplier, okay, ng original number. So, pwede 7n, 8n, or 10n. Okay? So, I hope this one is very clear. Any questions so far?
Sir, sa quiz ba, sir, magmo-multiple choice pa rin ba, sir?
tignan ko kasi meron yung iba, pwede namang kagaya nito, wala naman na sigurong complication. Like, ka-type mo na lang is 8N or 7N. Pero tignan ko kasi, sige, gagawin ko na nga lang multiple choice. Ano pa ba? Ito, hirap talaga pag puro online. Mas maganda yung paper kasi mapuprove nyo pa kung bakit ganito, ganyan. Anyway, tingnan nyo na lang mamaya, okay, kung ano yung magiging, or paano yung mangyayari, kung paano ko gagawin yung quiz nyo. Okay? Kasi hindi ko pa naisip kung paano siya ilagay sa canvas. So, kapag kasabi kong pwede nyo na i-take, so kung natapos nyo na i-solve, i-take nyo na, and then let me know kapag merong complication. Like, kagaya noon, instead of doing it step by step, ang ginawa ko one time, kaya marami nagkamali. Okay? So, baka gawin ko na lang is multiple choice. We'll see. Okay? Any other clarification? Alright, so I'll take that as a no since tahimik yung lahat. Okay, next one is inductive reasoning versus deductive reasoning. Okay, so in the following examples, analyze arguments to determine whether they use inductive or deductive reasoning. So determine whether each of the following arguments is an example of inductive reasoning or deductive reasoning. So parang redundant. Okay, so all you need to do is identify whether this statement is, came from inductive reasoning or deductive reasoning. Okay, so during the past 10 years, a tree has produced plums every other year. So last year, the tree did not produce plums. So this year, the tree will produce plums. So is this an inductive reasoning or deductive reasoning?
Inductive, sir.
Deductive, sir.
So halo-halo kayo. Sinong inductive? Sinong inductive?
Zero.
Okay, so mga dalawa. Okay, tatlo.
Deductive.
Miss Maxine, deductive sa kanya.
Inductive, sir, sa akin.
Inductive.
Inductive po pala.
Inductive po.
Okay. Number 1 is inductive. Okay.
Nag-assume siya.
Inductive.
Nag-assume siya.
Kasi ito, during the past 10 years, so proven na, 10 examples, 10 years, a tree has produced plums every other year. So, ngayon, wala. Next year, meron. Wala ulit. Meron. Wala. Meron. And so on and so forth. Okay. So, kapag gumamit na kayo ng example, okay, na let's say 5 and above, inductive na yun. Like 80% sure inductive reasoning na yung ginamit ko. Okay, next one. All home improvements cost more than the estimate. The contractor estimated that my home improvement will cost $35,000. Thus, my home improvement will cost more than $35,000. So, is this an example of inductive or deductive?
Sir, deductive.
Deductive.
Deductive po.
Deductive.
Okay. This one is deductive. Okay? Kasi dito, all home improvements, like nilahat niya na. So again, kapag gumamit na ka ng deductive, 100% or 99%, kung meron man sigurong 1%, masyado na malabong mangyari yun. True na yung magiging case. Like this one, all home improvements cost more than the estimate. So ang sabi ng engineer mo, gagastos lang tayo ng 8 million. Eh nagkaroon ng pandemic. Okay, so parang natural disaster. So tumaas lahat yung mga presyo ng ganito ganyan. Okay, so taghirap pa, hindi pa pwedeng import. So yung assumption niyang 2 years, naging 3 years na rin kasi nga, pandemic. Okay. So, kagaya rin dito. So all home, parang proven na lahat ng improvements cost more than the estimate kasi nga, of course, maybe yung labor biglang tumaas, hindi mo alam yung mga, ano pa ba? Yung mga materyales ang mahal din. Okay. So 100% tataas talaga yan. So that's my home improvement will cost more than $35,000. So pwede maging $40,000, which will make the entire statement true with the use of deductive reasoning. Okay, so oops, meron pala tayong solution dito. So this argument reaches a conclusion based on specific examples. So it is an example of inductive reasoning. And then 2, because the conclusion is a specific case of a general assumption, this argument is an example of deductive reasoning. Okay. So as usual, after this example, you guys will be having a quiz. So same method you have to do is identify whether this one is inductive or a deductive reasoning. So 2 numbers lang din. Okay. So after that, oops, basta pala tayo. May kulang. Flip yung topics nyo. Parang may kulang dito. Okay. So, next meeting na lang siguro yun. I-announce ko kung kulang pa ba to, and then I will let you guys know kapag mag-meet pa tayo this coming Wednesday. Kasi supposedly, next week, yung pinaka-last meeting natin, I will give that day for you guys to review. Especially na Thursday and then Friday and then Saturday, yun na yung exam nyo. Nataon na yung Wednesday is yung last meeting natin. Ayoko namang parang maragdagan pa yung stress nyo kasi magre-review na nga lang dapat kayo that day. So, check natin. Baka ito na yung pinaka-last topic. And then yung susunod dito kung meron man, baka isama ko na lang sa finals. Okay?
Okay, sir.
So, yung exam nyo will be on 26. Okay? So, nakita nyo na ba yung calendar?
Saturday.
Ano yan?
Thursday to Saturday yung exam.
Thursday to Saturday. Kaya maging exam natin is 26.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Which is Saturday. So, baka 23, hindi ko alam. Kung mag-meet tayo ba kasi sa gilid, hindi ko alam. Hindi ko pa sure. Titignan ko pa yung topic kung meron pa akong kailangang i-discuss. Pero kung naawa ko sa inyo, okay. So, sa 30 na lang ulit yan. Yung kulang natin sa midterms. Okay, so yun lang naman sa ngayon. Actually, end of presentation na to. Tapos na tayo sa ngayon. So, any question or clarification so far?
Answer.
So, yung nadagdag lang na topic is inductive and deductive reasoning. Actually, kahit, madami lang example. Pero, kung iisipin nyo, ito lang yan. Pag inductive reasoning, okay, nag-base kayo sa example. Maybe 5 or more examples. Kapag deductive reasoning, inassume mo na kaagad na ito na kaagad yun, final na. Okay, hindi ka na nag-base sa example. Kasi kapag deductive, ito na yung formula. Hindi mo na kailangan patunayan since proven na tong formula na to. Okay? Like yung ginawa natin kanina dun sa 4N, kung paano tayo nag-arrive dito sa 4N na to. Okay. With the use of principles of mathematics. Okay, so yun lang naman. So kung wala nang questions, so pwede na kayo mag-leave, and then happy resting to all of you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you po. God bless, sir.
Bye, sir.
Bye-bye.
Bye, sir. Love you, sir.
Bye, sir.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, goodbye. See you again.
Bye, sir.
You're sad. Miss Francis?
Saan po makikita
Mr.
yung
Francis?
tuition?
Yes, kakabasa ko nga lang ng message mo. Actually, dapat pakikita mo yun sa portal mo. Nakakalagin ka
Sir,
pa sa
Hindi ko po mabuksan.
Try mo yung ID number mo, username, and then password is ID number dash your last name. Pero yung last name mo dapat is capital yung first letter.
Last name po. Ang tinatry ko po kasi is nakalagay doon ko na yung date ng birthday.
Hindi ko lang sure. Pero try mo yun. Yun yung gamit namin dati. Like, for example,
Kalimang try na po ako pero di ko mabuksan. Pero nakalagay naman po ako sa Canvas app.
so ito yung user tapos dash last name. Bali ganyan, yung sinend ko sa'yo. Try mo yan, yung ganyan. Yung ID number and then ID number dash last name.
Sige po, sir. Thank you po.
First enter tapos discount. Pag wala yun, message mo ulit ako. Pag di ka makalagin.
Thank you po, sir.
Okay, bye-bye.